Hi guys, we're outside the Sheffield Town Hall today and it's been another pleasant day. We've had a good audience, loads of people. Over to Maxine, what do you think of today's event, Maxine?
I think it's really important. It's important that we say something about what's happened at Grenfell. It's important that everybody says something about it because there has to be. Somebody has to be held to account for what's happened here.
Definitely.
This is murder as far as I'm concerned. We don't even know how many people have died yet, do you know? I mean, it's just the worst atrocity we've seen in this country. And, you know, somebody has to be held account for it, really. And, you know, I think for the price of £2 per tile, £6,000 for that block of flats, those people perished. And I just think that's not acceptable. That's corporate greed. It's corporate greed, and the Tories have said for years, they've always talked about health and safety gone mad and political correctness. This is the consequences of doing those things. Cutting corners, cutting back on health and safety, and destroying people's lives, poor people's lives, because they don't care about them.
Yeah, and it's a disgrace because 21st century and they couldn't get all the technology and everything together. They couldn't even have all the people out straight away. I think they were very slow, first of all, the police. They could have had all the people out, but they were taking their time about it. And I think what I heard recently, there were actually a fire station nearby that actually closed down in that area.
Oh, they did. They've cut back on the fire service. That's the other thing, right? Those poor firefighters. I mean, they couldn't believe their eyes. You saw them coming across that bridge and looking at that fire. And I tell you what, it did remind me of the factory that collapsed in Bangladesh.
Yeah.
It reminded me of that, right? And I thought that was an appalling atrocity that took place. But this is in one of the richest countries in the world, in one of the richest boroughs, and that still happens here. And that is about corporate greed, manslaughter that is, and somebody needs to be able to account for it.
And now going down to you, bro, what do you think about today's event? I know we've had lots of people with a lot of opinions, strong opinions.
Alhamdulillah, it's been really well. People from all walks of life turned up here, young and old, from various races, various religions, all present, united behind the victims of GRENFELL. One thing I would say though is, Maxine there alluded to corporate greed. I'll go one further than corporate greed, and I'll say it's corporate manslaughter. There's nothing short of corporate manslaughter what's happened. The cladding, just a few minutes ago, Guardian's confirmed it as well, the newspaper article just confirmed it. Purely the reason for the fire spreading so fast was due to the cladding. It's about time health and safety got taken seriously by the Tory government, and unfortunately until we don't have a strict leadership and make sure our health and safety contingencies are all in place, we're going to see more and more casualties like this. And why is it that we're gathered here today, and yet there are still many councils that have not had meetings, had contingency plans drawn up with the fire services and stuff that are avoiding that. Why? Sheffield Council has taken the bold decision a couple of days ago to have sprinklers fitted. Why can the rest of the country now not follow suit with that? And that's all I've got to say on that.
And now, thank you very much for that speech. And now going out to you, bro, what do you think about the event that's happened in London? I know it's been devastating because it could have been anyone that was in that building at that time. What?
Definitely, it looks like regardless of whether the original fire was the cause of anyone, whether it was the fridge, whether it was like poor planning, the conduct afterwards just shows that the lack of care that the council and the government and the powers that be have for brown and black people, for Muslim people, for the working class community. Everything we already think, they almost just showed us it. Any kind of idea you had about, you know what, maybe they just showed us, you know what, you guys, you burn, your houses are gone, the things, everything that you love, you're in a situation where you don't know what to do or how to act.
And they could have had like proper drills as well, so at least they're educating people how to get out in the time, because 24 floors, there was at least a couple of hundred people there. And what are the figures they're coming out with? They were saying 20 people, and then they say there's been 50 people. I'm sure there's a lot more lives, and someone needs to pay for all this.
They need to pay for that, and I don't want them to try and take it away, take focus away from the government, because we have to ask questions to the government. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want them to suddenly say, oh, it was this, it was that, and then we're left with nothing, because when people, they need to be compensated for something. I heard even they were saying that, because some people were offering their homes, saying people come to their homes, hotels were letting people in, you know, just like in Manchester, like that's what people are doing. We look out for each other. I heard that if people were staying in a hotel in someone's home, they would not get the same treatment as someone that was homeless from the whole fire.
And
so
I
they're
don't
opting
think-
to be homeless because they think they're going to get less if they take on what the community's giving them.
Other thing I want to say, I don't think even Theresa May, she's not doing enough at all. She's not even done much. She could do a lot more, but she's not done enough.
She could do more. I think it's also important that we don't put all our focus on one person, because that's you almost, if you put a face out there, okay, yeah, Theresa May, it's very easy to say, very easy to go at her. We need to look at like how the local government, like the constituency, I think they're still Tories in Kensington, how they're handling it, how their council members in that area are nowhere to be seen. Like local government is also very important. And Theresa May, to an extent, okay, the Queen, she went out, Jeremy Corbyn went out. If Theresa May goes out, she knows how she's viewed already. So whether she felt like it was better for her campaign to go out or not, she knows she'll get attacked. So at this point, we can't even necessarily get mad at her for that reason. We can get mad at how the government on a whole is handling the situation currently, and why the concerns of the people, of the residents, and the residents in other areas that we need to now focus on, because this has happened, so we can now save other people before this happens again, where they've already put cladding. They were complaining about it for time, years before. Do you know what I mean? They were complaining about it before, and nobody focused on it. The government, it fell on deaf ears. They don't want to listen to you, and even when you're dead, they don't want to listen to you.
No.
Come on.
Any final message before we wrap up? Because it's been a great event. We've had so much people, even though all the people have gone now. And it's times like this when we need the whole community, all the people from different religions, whatever they are, Muslim, Christian, whatever, to get together and show we're all united. Any last messages, bro, before we wrap up?
Just that. It's about community sticking together. We got to be out for each other, because they ain't.
Yeah, so my heart and soul goes out to all the victims, all the people that have died. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant them Jannat. Ameen. Peace out.